confidence. Also, good to see a young guy like Cornell Powell be able to go out there on that stage and make some big plays. I think that'll do a lot for his confidence. Really excited about the challenge this week. No doubt Louisville's a confident team coming into Death Valley. Playing very well on defense. I believe they got 8 returning starters on the defensive side of the ball. So a lot of those guys look familiar. And to this point, it'll be the best defense that we played this season. Very fast twitch guys on the edge there, and 92 Fields, 99 Hearns. Those guys do a really good job getting to the quarterback. Great speed off the edge. I believe they're 7th in the country right now in sacks, and so they're playing well. Middle linebacker Keith Kelsey is kind of really the heart of the defense, and has a lot of experience. Great player, played a long time, and does a great job. Pretty much have the entire secondary back from last year. Long at safety, and really athletic. Play fast at corner, and no doubt it'll be a big challenge. Our guys are excited about the opportunity, and excited about being able to go out and play Saturday night here at home. And at the end of the day, our big message to our guys is, hey, it's the biggest game of the year, and that's because it's our next game. And really, it's all about how we play and about our execution. That'll be our focus this week as we get ready for Saturday. So with that, I'll open up for any questions.
What are your thoughts on the offensive line to this point, and what do you have to do to get them where you thought they would be this year?
Well, I mean, I think it's more than just the offensive line. I think it might be easy just to watch a game and say that, but when you go back and watch the video, people are dedicating more guys to the box, and offensively, that's what you have to do as coaches, is figure out what are they trying to do to stop you. If they're going to take away the running game, then we got to throw it. And sometimes as coaches, it gets a little bit frustrating because you want to run the ball, but really, if they're going to have extra hats in the box, then you got to throw the ball. And that's what we did. I believe we threw over 300 yards last week. It's more than just the offensive line. We go back just like every week. There's things the backs got to do better, things the wideouts can do better, and things those guys up front can do better. And really, it's whenever we've made some mistakes or not had the success we wanted, it's 4 guys doing it right, 1 guy not doing it right. And some of those backup guys are getting opportunities to go in games, and had some mistakes they got to learn from here from last week. But I think we're going to be just fine where we are up front. Those guys no different than any of our positions. I think we played well at times. I don't think we played our best game yet offensively, but I think we're getting really close, and just got to clean up some things each week, and that's what we'll do here as we get started practice today.
Coach Artavis has had a lot less catches so far this season. Is that primarily just a byproduct of Mike Williams' return and the emergence of Ray Ray?
I think Artavis is an unselfish guy, and whenever Hunter Renfro went down, we decided to move Artavis to his spot there in the slot, which is different from where he's played in the past. And again, it depends week by week. It can change based off what the defense is doing schematically. And last week just happened to be a week that the outside guys were getting more of the balls, but that can change. You get a lot of cover 2, and then all of a sudden that guy's getting more balls. So I don't think it was anything as far as our playing as much as kind of where the defensive coverage dictated where the ball went.
Coach, Jordan Leggett seemed to have his best game of the year this year. What do you attribute him stepping up last week and having his best game?
Yeah, I thought it was good. He was a guy that we wanted to get going a little bit and find some ways to target him. And I think he's definitely a playmaker for us. It was great play we made down there right before half in the red zone. Executed very well, and he's a guy I think that'll continue to come on the more we get chances to get the ball to him. But he's a guy that's worked hard, and just early in the season we've just had some miscues, whether it be quarterback or him or something else. We just hadn't connected as much as we'd like to, but I think what we did Thursday will be good for us here moving forward.
As you mentioned, you have rotated on the line a good bit in the first few games. How
much of that was about just trying to get reps for guys? How much of it is you're still trying to figure out the best five? And at what point do you kind of have to say, all right, these are our guys we're going with to let them kind of gel?
Well, I think, you have two different kinds of depth. You have guys that, okay, if we have to have them, they can go in and operate. And then you've got guys that, you know what, this guy's close enough. There's not as big of a drop off between the starter and, that second team guy. And that's where a few of those guys are in that situation. And so that's why, they deserve to play. And, they come out here and practice every day just like everybody else. And Coach Sweeney's really big. Philosophy of the program is, we're not just going to play everybody because they're on the team, but if they have done what we asked them to do and are working hard in practice and have getting opportunities in games and then been successful with those opportunities or learn from their mistakes whenever they've had mistakes, then we're going to play as many guys in the game that deserve to play. We do that on a lot of different positions. And then the second thing is it's going to be a long season. Obviously our number one goal is to win the game, but anytime you can get in a game where you feel like you're comfortable with the situation and you can play more guys, there's a price to be paid for experience, and we just got to force ourselves to put those guys in there and give them some reps, and that was kind of the game plan Thursday night. It was good that we were able to do that.
Coach Trevion had a big catch on Thursday night. He had a touchdown catch previous Saturday. I feel like he's finally kind of getting over the hump from an execution standpoint.
Yeah, it's been really good to see. That was a really nice play. I know he wishes he could have stayed in bounds there and scored, but he is a guy just kind of quietly working hard and getting better. All those guys can play. We know the talent and skill level of all those guys, but I think it's just, they've got to translate that over to the game and make plays when they're there, and he's done that. I was really pleased. He graded out really well.
I think this is the fourth straight year you faced Tucker in the defense. What are some characteristics that you've seen from the schemes?
Well, they're very multiple, especially on third down. He always kind of has a third down package of the week, so they do a lot of different things on third down. Very disruptive. They're not going to just sit back and play base defense. They're going to move a lot of guys around. You got to be prepared for all the different blitzes and the different looks that you're going to get. His guys always play physical, and all those guys very active, great effort, physical to the ball, and really making up to work the length of the field. And so it'll definitely be a good challenge for our guys.
When you get these top 5 games and everybody starts paying attention, it's on national TV and everybody's talking about it, can you lean back to last year when y'all were in some of those situations, maybe more often than you had been in previous years before that? Is there any value in going back to that, seeing how the guys responded on that stage?
Yeah, I think we're definitely a much better place concerning that now than maybe 5 years ago, where it was a really big deal. Now, there's no doubt our guys are going to be excited. They watch TV and they've seen this coming over the last few weeks. But I think ultimately, it comes to buying into the culture and the philosophy of the culture that Coach Sweeney set up. Whereas, the next game is always the biggest game of the year, and these external factors are not going to have anything to do with our success on Saturday night. It's really about concentrating on the things that we can control and being able to ready to go out and execute at a high level. And I feel like our guys have done a good job of that in these big games in the past. That'll be a big message. I know Coach Sweeney will be preaching to those guys all week. It's just focus on doing your job and let everything else outside of the game take care of itself.
Do you have to harp on that even more in a week like this when college game day's coming? It is a top 5 matchup. Do you almost have to over-remind them?
Yeah, I think heard from Tim, maybe this is the 4th time that game day. He's just been here, 4th time in 5 years. And, we love having him here. Obviously, it's great for recruiting and it's great for the Clemson brand. But I don't feel like our guys get caught up in that anymore. For maybe the first couple of years of that, it was really a big deal. But now it seems like they see those guys, once a month. It it seems like, over the last few years. And, you know, maybe for some of the younger guys that haven't been around, it'd be good to kind of remind those. But those older guys, I mean, they know what our formula is, and that, you know, all that can do is be a distraction and, you know, take away from your focus and concentration. And the challenge we're going to have this week, we need all our focus and concentration to game planning and get ready for Louisville.
When you look at Louisville and their offense and Lamar Jackson, is there any extra pressure on the offense? On your offense, maybe you come out and try to match those guys and really play really good?
I would hope not. I mean, I think we're always conscious what we want to know. Like going in last week at Georgia Tech, knowing what they do offensively can affect what we do on our side. Maybe that's why we decided to run the ball even into some bad looks in the second half, because we knew it was going to take them a long time to score. So I think you're always aware of you know, the other team's offense and their scoring ability and that type of thing. But really, it shouldn't affect us. We want to score as much as we can, and you know, we're going to be aggressive and also be smart and take what the defense gives you. But I mean, nobody has to tell our guys. Our guys know they're going against a team that's very talented on offense and defense, and we're definitely going to have to score some points and help our defense out. But at the same time, we've got a lot of confidence in our defense. They're playing extremely well right now too.
Are you at all surprised? You know, all the talk preseason was Clemson and Florida State. Are you at all surprised to see Louisville kind of jump into this mix?
Not really. I think we all kind of saw it coming. Playing Louisville the past 2 years. I mean, you know, we got our money's worth each of those games, and so it's just kind of a process of giving them time to get all the pieces together, and then add the weapon there at the quarterback positions made a big difference. But I think we've had a lot of respect for Louisville here over the last few years that we played them, and I think it's good for our league to have some more top tier teams like them. So it'll be good.
Deion had another drop on Thursday. Should have been a touchdown. Do you see that all in practice from him? Is it just psychological?
Yeah, you know, he catches the ball pretty well in practice, and you know, Deion's a guy that just got to get back playing better. And really, it's, you know, he goes out and makes a great play in this next game, and he'll take off the rest of the season. You know, he's just kind of waiting for that big play to really get his confidence back up a little bit. Ran a great route, right where he needed to be. It was a great throw, and you know, one that he should make 100 out of 100 times. And you know, but he'll go back to work. I mean, I really like his focus, where he's been. He's just got to work on catching the ball a little bit better, and I think he will.
Have you talked to Brandon about maybe why Deshaun is having issues? Is it mechanical or something on the long balls, why he's consistently missing those open receivers?
I think you know, some of them are guys in his face. We're not being able to get his feet set, and we're letting some guys through. That was on maybe one or two of them the other day. You know, but I don't think there's anything fundamentally that we see that's glaring or anything like that. Just, you know, we got to hit them. And, you know, one challenge is how we've been. We're going to play a lot of guys. Each one of those guys has a different rhythm and different speed and timing and all that. And so, you know, in practice, we just got to find ways to be sure he's getting reps with all those guys, not just, you know, a couple of the first group guys. But, you know, I think Deshaun's no different than any of our guys coming back in here today watching video. You know, I think he had 3 or 4 missed throws Saturday. It just happened to be, you know, a couple of them that could have been touchdowns, and then, you know, he threw a great ball to Deion and we dropped it. So we just kind of not playing as complete as an offense as we'd like to be, but we feel like we're getting really close to doing that, and this would be a great week for it to all come together.
A lot of it's been, I'm sure, game context oriented, but it seems like you have to be able to really get Wayne into a consistent groove. How important is it to kind of have him running the ball effectively, particularly on, you know, first down, and kind of get a drive off to a good start?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, that was what was a little bit frustrating with Thursday night, is really wanting to get Wayne going. But, you know, we went back and what we saw during the game and what we saw after the game watching the video, I mean, they just were going to have an extra guy in the box, a free hitter every time. And you can get away with that a couple times, but consistently it's hard to run into a 7-man box and you've got 5 or 6 blockers. And so he's just kind of got to be patient. And you know, I think it'll come as the year goes, and as we continue to play more games, we'll see some different type of defenses are playing different ways, and that'll present more opportunities for Wayne. But we definitely want to get him going.
Are you surprised that teams are saying we're going to make Deshaun Watson and those receivers beat us rather than the running game?
You know, I think each defensive coordinator is a little bit different. I don't think there's kind of one game plan going in. You know, what is, I guess it's not a surprise anymore, but they're playing us different than what we see on video, how they're playing everybody else. So each week we're kind of getting something maybe different than what you prepared for. And so that's what it's our job as coaches to kind of figure it out on the sideline what they're doing and make adjustments. And you know, I guess I would just say we feel like we're fortunate enough that we've got players at all different positions. It would be a lot more frustrated if all you had was a really good running game and you have guys on the perimeter that can throw and catch, then you're in a little bit of a trouble. But I think you know, the more you throw, the more defenses are going to have to figure out. They don't want to give away the quick outs and the screens and all that, and all of a sudden it'll loosen those guys in the box a little bit. So it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game, but really it's up to each defensive coordinator how he feels and how he wants to go about it. You can tell a little bit on video, but a lot of times you got to wait till game day to figure it out.
In regards to the rotations on the offensive line, does that make it tougher to build the kind of rhythm that you need up front?
Yes, it does, but at the same time, we just think it's a benefit as well, especially these aren't the first series that we're doing this. There's been certain times in games where you feel like, you know, it's definitely not a blowout game over, but at the same time, you feel comfortable that you put those guys in there. But I mean, we're going to have injuries as the year goes, and so I think whatever we're having to kind of go through to get some of that experience up front is going to pay off here down the stretch of the season. If we do have some injuries up front, those guys aren't going in playing their first snaps of the year. But really, our goal would be for no matter who's in there to have great chemistry, and you only build that by guys getting the fire and playing, and just gotta play through it. That's what we're doing right now.
Is Fields a different player now than what you saw when he played last year?
Yeah, I think so. I think he looks like he's a lot more confident in what he's doing in the scheme. He's playing faster. I definitely can, you know, and we played him pretty early last year. I know he really got going as the season went last year. I think we played the 3rd game. So you can see towards the end of last year, and then especially this year, he's playing at an extremely high level.
Jeff, we've seen some of the anthem protests go down in college football last weekend. I know you guys are in the locker room getting ready to get on the bus when it comes time for that. But I mean, have you had any discussions with your guys about what's going on out there, and is there any kind of sense that, you know, if they want to participate, if they have a chance, or is that not even something that comes up?
You know, Coach Sweeney, when he was presented with that question, I think he talked with the team just about what's out there. We don't live in a complete bubble, and you know, he had a good talk with the team about that. But really, that's the only time that that's been mentioned. You know, I think usually by the time that we as position coaches get them, we're going 100 miles an hour on getting install and correcting things and those types of things. But Coach Sweeney does a great job with our players. We start off every single day with a team meeting, and he has 10 minutes whether he wants to show a video or take that 10 minutes to really talk to the team and you know, address any issues that are out there maybe going on in society at the time or within our team.